they didn't have a stout defender. It was just everybody's ball. I mean, if you used to watch Milner play at whatever position he was deployed and he was fucking everybody up.
Yeah.
But they're solely relying solely on whatever talent they think they have now. Because they're not even gegenpressing how they were last year and the year before.
No. I can't find the scores. Give me a second. I think I got it here. Nope. But so that Aston Villa Leeds game was kind of crazy. I was on my way home from work and I was watching it and I was like, that is this. I think it was the second goal that Bamford had, where he kind of just had it on the top of the box and he just had like a gap, maybe like a foot wide, and he just hit it straight through and it went like near post, top corner. Mm-hmm. I was like, that is clinical finishing. And then who else? It was Southampton beat Everton
2-0. That was interesting, but Southampton looked good that game.
Southampton looked good that game, and Southampton, I feel like they're another team that are up and down, where they'll win a couple games in a row and they'll have like one big win. Like last year against City, the end of the season, like they beat City at home and then they came back and drew with United 2-2, and then I think the next game after that they lost to a team. I think it was it was a team lower than them that maybe could have beat them, but they like based on their form they should have won. I think that's just like there's so many teams in the Premier League that can put on a run of games where they look phenomenal and then they'll just go to crap for about 4 or 5.
The last year Southampton did really bad until the end and then picked it up consistently for a long time. And this year they started out soft and now they picked it up after 3 games. So I think that their stretches of production are going to be longer than
Shea Adams is actually showing up this year. Last year he was non-existent.
I was about to say
I think Brighton and Newcastle are going to win and lose every other game, whereas I think Southampton might win 3, lose 3. I think their stretches are going to be a little bit longer based on what we already see in the table and from last year. So if you have someone like Ings, he could be really good for a month and then he'll be shit for the next month.
Well, but Ings was so consistent last year. But if Ings becomes inconsistent this year, as long as Shea Adams starts producing while he's if one is having a peak and one is having a valley, as long as they're always
the other.
Yeah. Where last year it had to be Ings the entire time, and Shea Adams just played off. But
is Shea playing in the midfield or is he up top?
He's up top with Ings.
Yeah, it's like two. I want to say they play 4-4-2, but sometimes
I'm pretty sure they do.
Sometimes when I'm looking at them, like that's not 4-4-2.
Which one flags off, Ings or Shea?
I think it's just whichever one.
Just pivot. Okay. Cool. I might pick up Shea Adams then.
Who else was there? There was... Who did West Ham play?
City. They tied 1-1.
That's right. City, dude. And the thing is...
West Ham's been getting decent results lately, too. Which I hate, because I hate West Ham. But
yeah, dude. Last year, when West Ham were losing, I was like, I hope they get relegated. I hate West Ham.
Oh, God.
But, dude, what I don't understand is, everyone's saying, oh, Ole Solskjaer shouldn't have the manager's position anymore. He's had such a bad start to the season, blah, blah, blah. United are 1 point behind City, and you hear nothing about Pep Guardiola getting sacked.
Yeah.
And their team is far superior than United's, in my opinion.
Yeah. Not their fan base, though, and I think that's why we don't.
That's probably, and they don't they wouldn't make as much money.
No, I mean I've never seen a City fan.
I know you're a Chelsea
Twitter.
fan, but no offense, but Chelsea are 2 points ahead of United, and there's nothing about Frank Lampard should get sacked.
Yeah, I think
within a media an
actual media presence.
It's all if you go on a football Twitter, you'll see Lampard out, but you won't see media people being I don't know if he's fit for the job or not. So you don't see that for Pep or Frank, but then you'll see them say that about Ollie. It doesn't make sense.
Lampard's an English international favorite, regardless of their CV. That's who he is. So they're not gonna knock him. Unfortunately, one. What do you think about Lampard, man? In all honesty, is he long term? Is he short term? Is he the coach you wanted?
They want him long term. We'll see. I mean, he definitely has the squad now for sure. So I think by the end of the season, I think that'll definitely determine it. If he ends up 4th again, by the skin of the teeth like last year, despite, everything. I mean, yes, they still had Pulisic and Kovacic, but that's 2 players. And, they still had to put young quality everywhere. Yeah. But I think
if he doesn't
I think this season will really dictate whether
if he doesn't get top 4, you can't keep him.
Oh no!
Especially with how much money he spent this summer, you can't keep him.
Yeah,
he won't.
I think it was irresponsible of him to take the job that soon in his managerial career.
I don't know if it's irresponsible of him to, because if I got a promotion quicker than I was supposed to, I would take it.
I think irresponsible for the potential career he could have, not necessarily.
That's, okay, yeah, fair point. He should Steven Gerrard is still at Rangers and doing I think fairly well.
Yeah.
So yeah, he probably could have stayed at Derby or maybe gone to a lesser Premier League team, but I don't. But the thing is, I don't think Frank. Well, he went to City and played at City and scored against Chelsea. Yeah. So never mind. I don't think that diehard loyalty that he has.
It's different, but the caliber's similar. Of when Neville went to Valencia, it's where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah, and managed no one before.
Yeah, exactly. And Lampard. I understand the difference. Lampard obviously coached in England, but he was at Derby for one season, didn't even get promoted with him, and then
they got to a playoff championship. To be fair to him, but yeah,
but still, it's just 1 year.
Yeah,
it's just a big gamble on both parties.
But you see, I think the reason why the gamble is being taken on Lampard or Ole or Arteta. Well, Arteta kind of is an exception because he was under Pep at City, and obviously he's a giant miss there because I think City have lost since Arteta went to Arsenal. City have lost more games than Arsenal have, which is an insane thing to think about.
Well, here's the thing. Arteta coached under somebody as well. And Lampard hadn't either. So I think that's another difference that Arteta has is that he coached under an already great, whereas Lampard just kind of took the reins of wherever he went.
Yeah.
So I think that's a little that's the difference with Arteta is that he was under apprenticeship of a master tactician.
Is Pep a master tactician, or is he just going to teams that are already winning their domestic titles and their league and their cup titles, and then adding more quality to that?
I think Pep's a good manager on Football Manager. I think if you were to give somebody an exorbitant amount of money and say whatever the hell you want to do with it, he's a good manager in those regards. But the tactics that he's carrying on from the total football from Barcelona and passing down to people like Arteta, the 5-back, that's something Cruyff, it's really a 3-back. That's something Cruyff incorporated at Barcelona in the 70s. It's just now coming back to the surface. So with Pep bringing that to the forefront of the game again, and Arteta carrying it on, I would say that Pep's more of I wouldn't say he's a great coach, but he's a torch carrying on those tactics that do produce.
But I've never really seen a Pep team play 3-back at Barcelona.
At Barcelona, well, here's what it was: is that the two wingers that he played, they would pinch in, and then the 3-back would have been Busquets, Piqué, and Puyol.
Okay, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah, it was just,
and I guess that's what he's trying to do with Rodri, drop it in. But.
Exactly, and that's what he was doing with Fernandinho.
Yeah, and who is he doing that with?
Javi Martinez at Bayern.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but that's my point. Is he actually a good manager, or does he just happen to go to great teams and then add better players to it, and then they
I think it's a bit of both, but
I mean, because the Barcelona team that he was at, right, that is arguably the best club team to ever play ever. With Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, that is arguably one of the best teams to ever play ever.
Yeah.
So okay, that's your first position. Then your second position, you go to Bayern Munich, who already won the league, already won the 2 German Cups, and they went decently far in the Champions League. You come
should have won. That Bayern team should have won.
Yeah, and you come in.
13 final. Yeah. Who'd they lose to? No, I'm thinking of when they beat Dortmund, but he wasn't the manager.
No, he wasn't the manager then. I know. Well, when he was there, they got destroyed by Real. But
I was about to say it was Madrid, I think.
Yeah, but that wasn't in the final. One of them was a semifinal. I know for sure because Ronaldo shit on him both times. I think he got a hat trick at both games.
Oh wow.
So, but that's my point. If he's such a great manager, him going to those teams, with the quality that he added, he should have won the Champions League. He hasn't won it. He didn't win it with Bayern Munich, and he hasn't won it with City. So, how can you argue that he's a great manager when whatever team he's going to, they're already winning those trophies?
Mm-hmm.
See, so I don't think you can say that he's a great manager.
I didn't. I said he was a master tactician.
No. Well, but this is just the argument that people make,
general,
why he's a great manager. But it's he's really not. He was on one of the best. The first managerial position was one of the best teams to ever play. Second team he went to was already winning all the cups and the domestic title. Then he adds quality to it. Still didn't win Champions League. Then leaves because he's not winning, getting upset. Then he goes to City, who are already winning titles and winning the domestic championships. And he adds way more quality to that. And I think he spent I know he spent $600 million on defense alone. And he still has garbage defense.
Unbelievable to me.
And that's before Diaz came and Ake came.
Yeah.
And
that's before this whole transfer window too.
So
all he'd spent was center backs and full backs every single year.
Yeah, and he bought Cancelo last year for $70 million as a backup. Are you serious, dude? And then his best left back, Angelino, he lets go on loan to Leipzig. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
You have Zinchenko and Mendy. They're garbage.
That's weird though. Angelino's Spanish, so you'd think he'd have some preference.
Yeah.
You know.
And Angelino plays the way that he wants to play.
Mendy
can, but Mendy, if you ask Mendy to do something like to defend and attack, he can defend really well, but he won't attack. And if he attacks, he can't defend.
I would start Cancelo over Mendy and Zinchenko on the left-hand side every day of the week. And I think I believe he has been deployed there already this season.
Zinchenko, the only time I've seen him come on is when he came on as a sub. But most of the time, I think he starts Mendy.
But he started out as an attacking. He's an attacking mid-term left back. So I mean, if you're looking for a stellar defender in Zinchenko, quit looking. Yeah, he's being played in the wrong position. Yeah, he's not good enough to play Cam at City, and he's not a left back. So he's just on the roster. I mean, he needs to move. And Mendy's not the same Mendy he was at Monaco.
No.
I don't know what that Monaco Mendy was, because everything I've seen from him at City was how much he costed $50 million from Monaco.
Yeah. And then he played. I think it was. Did you see this stat? He played 3 games all season and won the Premier League and the World Cup. He played 3 games and he won both, and he's a winner's medal in both of those competitions. That is absurd.
That's an insane ability.
Yeah, to sit up, be injured and sit on the bench for that long.
And still get the medal.
What was another game? Crystal Palace. Who did they play?
Fulham. We got 2-1 away win. I remember that. Fulham got a late goal.
Yeah, but it was a solid goal. Yeah, too. That was a solid strike.
Who scored?
Yeah. Kearney.
Yeah. That's right. Captain. Yeah. The ball literally it was a nothing goal. It was they were passing it around. He just looks up, sees he's got an open shot. He just shoots it.
Yeah, it was just the most average.
Nonchalant.
Yeah, average but still stellar. Just because it was in the top corner. They literally was just switching the field, just moving the ball around. He had the space to shoot it, and he let it fly.
Word.
Yeah. And then Brighton played. Was it West Brom? Yeah, yesterday. I didn't really watch that.
That was a surprisingly good game. West Brom was really on it. Brighton somehow wasn't. And
I watched the first 25 minutes, and it seemed like it was very back and forth. It seemed like West Brom might have had a little bit of an edge, but yeah, it did.
Second half, it was completely West Brom.
Yeah,
it was completely West Brom.
They closed out the game. And then who's that? Who's West Brom's? The guy they have up top who looks like he's been in 3 wars. Just the new signing that's up top. He just has a giant head. It looks like an Easter Island head.
For West Brom?
Yeah. He's.
If you're talking about the new signing, is Grant.
Oh, the guy that they don't. That the West Brom fans didn't like.
Just the ugly motherfucker that up top.
Diangana?
Yeah. It's
because Diangana plays on the wing, I think, for them, but still.
That guy? It's that guy.
That's him.
Yeah, Diangana. They didn't want him. Their fans, they were we do not want this guy, and they still bought him for a club record fee. Jeez. And he's done.
I was about to say he looks good.
He's one of their best players, if not the best. But yeah, he's a solid player. I don't have a problem with him. But
no, I just thought he looked like he might be a veteran. Fought some wars.
Yeah,
he's rough looking.
Then Southampton and Liverpool, that was 2-1. Or not Southampton, Sheffield, sorry. I didn't watch that game at all. So
Liverpool's not fun to watch anymore.
But, hey, Firmino, first goal for the season. Then do a lot better than last season.
Anfield goal, too.
Yeah, wow. Did it way faster than he did last year. Dude, I feel bad for Sheffield. They have Liverpool, City, Chelsea, and then West Ham, who are in pretty decent form all in a row.
And
They're getting